Welcome back. I'm Corey Hicks, and today we're going to be talking about chord construction, which is probably my most favorite topic on the guitar. And chord construction is going to be your ability to create any chord from scratch, anywhere on the neck, using what you know about the fretboard and about harmony and theory. Okay? So it means that we can take a chord and we turn it into a formula. It's no longer a fingering, such as if I wanted an A flat major 7, sharp 11, 9, 13 chord, I would just find it right here. Why? 1, 5, 13. There's my 9, sharp 11, and my major 7. Okay? You can do this all over the neck. All you need to know is the scale and your chord tones. So it's going to be really beneficial for you to start looking at your scales as chord tones. Okay? So today we're going to start off really simply. We're going to start off with a C major scale. And we're going to get all our answers by using the C major scale found in this location, which is pattern 3. You should know all this by now. All right, so this chord is C, E, G, C, E. Okay, but we're going to turn it into those chord tone numbers. So instead of C, E, G, it's 1, 3, 5, 1, and there's my 3 on top again, okay? So I could replace, since I already have a 3 in the chord right here, I could replace that top 3 with another 5 if I wanted to. So I put a G on top. Still a C chord. I haven't changed anything. Because all the notes together are just C, E, and G. Okay? I could put a G in the bass if I wanted to. Now we have a C with a G in the bass. You've seen it as C slash G or C over G. Okay? So basically all these chords they are exactly what they say they are. So for example, a C6 chord is just a C major triad with the 6th added. Okay, so you count up to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That note happens to be A, and you add it to your chord. Okay, we could also do this with anything else. Sus4, if you remember from Theory 1, you're going to take the 3rd and replace it with the 4. So instead of an E note, it's an F. Okay? Sus2, you're going to take that E note and replace it with a D. And you can create all sorts of cool movement things with this. Just because the chart you're playing says play a C chord doesn't mean you just strum a C chord the whole time. I could take, if I wanted to do something in C, I might take a C sus4 and a C sus2 and create a moving part for it. Okay, so I just created a part using those 3 chords. And these work really well for any style of music. Okay? All right, let's move on. We have a couple other things that we can do in this location. All right? We can do a C add 2. A lot of you may have seen this as a C add 9. That's this thing. That's from, a lot of people will play it from the G to the C add 9. It's not really an add 9. An add 9 implies there's a major 7th. There is no B note in this chord, so it is an add 2. Okay, why isn't it an add 2? Well, D is the 2nd note of a C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. There it is, okay? And so this chord is actually voiced 1, 3, 5, 2, and then right there on top is another 5, okay? Now, if you call it a C add 9, that's no big deal. But a C major 9 chord is actually going to be a chord that has the major 7th in it. So this would be a C major 9 chord, okay? Moving on. Let's talk about the dominant family. So when someone says play me a C7 chord, they are implying that it's a flatted 7. Okay, that's one of the things we have to get used to as musicians. If I say C7, it means it has a flatted 7th. If I say E7, that means it has a flatted 7th, okay? Major 7 means it has the half step below the root, but a dominant 7th is always 2 frets below the root, okay? So that means I have to find a B flat note. So if I walk up to my 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the note B. I don't have a negative 1st fret, right? So I have to go down to the G string to find my B flat note, okay? So C, add the G string note, B flat. There we go, C7, okay? All right, so fairly simple to come up with these chords on the guitar. Um, Not a whole lot that you can, mess up if you just stick within the scale, right? So let's move on to the major 7. Okay, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I take a C major chord and I remove this finger. Weird thing, this is a 3-note chord, but if I remove a finger, it becomes a 4-note chord. Weird, huh? Well, that's because we're already playing 2 C's in this chord. I'm playing a C on the A string, and I'm playing a C on the 2nd string, on the B string. So if I take that C off, I get a B, and then I get a C major 7. Okay, so all these chords are available in the open position, and what I would recommend do is start off in the open position. Okay, go C, then go through your D family, your E family, your F family, G family, the A family, the B family, so on and so forth. So just to give you a head start, we'll talk about the D family for just a moment. So we have this D chord. All right, so if I want my D6, like we did the C6, I need to figure out what the 6 is. I can do this a couple of different ways. I can take my D major scale in this location. So the D major scale in this location. Okay, so I have a D major scale in open, which is E Dorian pattern for some of you who think of it like that. So the B string is my 6. You can also think of this based on the key signature. So D major, D, E, F sharp, G, A, and then B would be my 6. Okay, use your fingers if you have to. So I have to play a D chord with a B note in it. Well, the easiest way you could do this is by omitting your ring finger on the B string. Okay, that's a D note. You'd be like, well, wait a minute, I need a D and a D chord. Well, you're already playing the open D string, so we can let that go. And there's my D6 chord. Okay, D7 would be right here. Okay, I have 2 frets below my D, or 1 fret above my 6 is D7. D major 7, flat 7 goes up again, D major 7. Okay. You could do all sorts of stuff with this. You could add a 5 on top because there's an A note. Okay, you could do all sorts of different chords on the spot. So that's part of the D family there. Now, when you move these things up the neck, it starts getting you more possibilities. Okay, so for example, if I take my triads, which we've already gone through our triads, right? So I have C here, I have C here. Okay, if I want a C6, for example, I'm just going to grab, on top of my C triad, the nearest A note. There we go. What if I want a C major 7, the nearest B note? What about a C dominant 7, the nearest B flat note? Okay. What if I want to do a sus4, find the nearest F? Cool. What if I want to find a sus2? Well, I find the nearest D, so I'd have to actually go down here for that. Okay. Or you could put the D note here, but then you still have the E note. So you have to find a way to kind of, play the correct tones in the location that you're at. Some areas of the neck are going to have chords that are spread out quite a ways, okay? So here's a C6. Up here, that's pretty spread out. So I have C, here's another C, here's an E, and there's my A note for my 6 right there. That's okay. Okay. So chord construction, really important. You may find things in a chart that you've never seen before, okay? I'll throw one out there that happened in church a couple weeks ago. It's a C6-9 chord. Don't freak out. Play your C, find the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, find the 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, play the chord. That's it. Okay? So this will take a little while to get used to. One of the books that I recommend for this type of technique is called Chord Chemistry by Ted Green. I bought this book as a teenager, and it completely changed how I looked at the guitar. I had no idea that there were thousands of chord voicings on the guitar. It blew my mind. So I went from knowing a couple hundred chords to knowing thousands pretty quickly, just by using and applying what was in that book. Later, when we get to drop 2 chord inversions, that will be, with 7th chords, okay? and you'll be paying close attention to what's in the bass, and you'll be paying close attention to what's in the melody or the lead of that chord. So that'll be it for right now. Try and experiment with this. Remember, you have to think of chords in terms of what the chord tones are, not necessarily the notes. While it's good to know the notes in every single chord, it's better to probably know the intervals. Okay? So, for example, here's a chord, E dominant 7 sharp 9. I have E and I have a G sharp note, I have a D note, and here's a G note, okay? But if I just tell you that it's E, G sharp, D, G, that doesn't tell you what it is. It doesn't tell you what kind of chord, it doesn't tell you its function, it doesn't tell you what it's doing there, how you're supposed to play over it, or anything. It's just those 4 notes, okay? But if you know that it's 1, major 3rd, flat 7, aha, now it's a dominant 7th chord, with a G on top, which has to be the sharp 11, sharp 9, then you know what this chord is and what it's doing, okay? Especially once you get through all your theory courses, okay? So I hope that was helpful. I do recommend get that book if you can. It's called Chord Chemistry by Ted Green. And let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, have a great day.